You need to do better. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself living at the prison or living at the jail.
This hearing moves fast, but the stakes are massive multiple felony cases, an interpreter in court, and a defendant pleading into prison time across several files. What looks routine is actually a courtroom domino effect.
All right, the court is going to call 2025 CR 013815, 2025 CR 013816, State versus Omar Herrera. Could I have parties announce?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Joseph Bateson covering for Monica Guerrero. Mr. Herrera, will you give this?
Just before you ask that question, are you Mr. Herrera?
Say.
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Yes, Pamela Payan.
All right, defense, you may ask your question.
May I have permission to do this plea in place of Ms. Guerrero? May I have permission to do this in place of Ms. Guerrero?
Yeah.
All right. So, counsel, do you speak Spanish?
No, Your Honor.
All right, were you able to review these documents with your client through the interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor. And in addition, Monica Guerrero is fluent in Spanish. She spoke with him. He has accepted this offer, and the translator assisted me with translating everything on the paperwork for him to sign it.
Mr. Herrera, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And each cause number, did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information, and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury review the evidence in this case, make a decision on whether or not to hold you over for trial, and also that your attorney has the right to the expiration of 2 days upon presentation of the information and 10 days to prepare for trial?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering into this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information, and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Counsel, in each cause number, have you received all the evidence, and did you review that with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Herrera, in each cause number, did you review the felony information with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
Yes, Judge.
And state, are you proceeding on the information in both cases as listed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Herrera, in each cause number, did you review the court's admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
And cause number 2025 CR 013815, you're charged with an unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. And cause number 2025 CR 013816, you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering into these pleas, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into pleas in each of these cause numbers?
Yes.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Herrera, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
All right, so you have to wait till she finishes translating. Either we're going to use the translator or we're not. You understand?
Okay.
Is that how you say okay in Spanish?
People tend to say okay, but
Sí.
the way to say okay in Spanish is está bien, but you have adopted okay.
Está bien.
Yes.
Está bien.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No,
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí.
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering into this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, in the cause number, that's the unauthorized use, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. And the cause number with the evading arrest, detention of vehicle, they're asking that your punishment be assessed at 3 years in the prison. They're asking that the cases run concurrently. There's $1,000 fine in each cause number. There are no applications. They're taking in consideration 2025 PF 36552. 2025 CC 013527, 2025 CR 013528. And also this will be running concurrently with 2025 CR 003736. And 2025 CR 003886. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Sí.
Yes.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Sí.
Yes.
By signing that you're waiving your right to appeal, the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No.
Then in cause number 2025 CR 013815, how do you plea?
No me opongo.
No context.
And cause number 2025 CR 013816, how do you plea?
No me opongo.
No context.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor, in both cause numbers, state offers states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
In each cause number, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Oh, sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. And each cause numbers, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would ask that you follow the agreement, Your Honor.
All right, and cause number 2025 CR 013815. Court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 003736, 2025 CR 003886, and 2025 CR 013816. Taking consideration 2025 PF 36552. And there's to be restitution, if any, to Omar, I'm sorry, to Lamarcus Mentor, Minter. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing under that cause number?
No, Your Honor.
And cause number 2025 CR 01386. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 003736. 2025 CR 003886, 2025 CR 013815, taking consideration 2025 CC 013527, and 2025 CR 013528. Is there anything under that cause number with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
It's just that last one you read is CC, not CR
Ah.
13528.
All right, any objection to the court changing the plea paperwork to reflect CC?
No, Judge.
It's nothing further from the sentence.
And each cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
In each cause number, because these are plea bargaining agreements, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, and could someone do me a favor and 2025 CR 003736? I only have the first amendment. Do you have the?
The
You're 3886, Judge?
Yes. No, 3736. Only on that one, I only have the first amended. No. And on that one, let me see if I only have the First Amendment on that one too. Yes, on that one, I only have the first amended as well. All right, thank you. And on both of these cases, are you proceeding on the same allegation in each motion? Okay. All right, then I only need it for that. Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 003736 and 2025 CR 003886. Mr. Herrera, in cause number in each cause number, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision and the First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision in each cause number?
Yes.
Are you the same Omar Herrera who's placed on he was placed on community supervision in 2025 CR 003886 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on June 12, 2025 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Sí.
Yes.
And are you the same Omar Herrera who was placed on community supervision in 2025 CR 0033736 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on June 2025 for a term of 3 years. Is that you?
Sí, sí.
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the same violation in each motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, any objection to the state reading the allegation once and for the defendant to respond true or not true for both cause numbers?
No objection.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 28th day of June 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Omar Herrera committed the offense of evading arrest or detention with vehicle in violation of condition number one.
And each cause number, how do you plead?
True. ¿Verdad?
Diff.
Cierto.
True.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 28th day of June 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Omar Herrera committed the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in violation of condition number one.
And how do you plead to that?
¿Verdad?
True.
State will waive the remaining.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
None.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1 and 1? And each cause number, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Sí.
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1 and 1?
Yes.
Court will find 1 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the proposed agreement is to sentence to 2 years and run this concurrent with the two cases he just put on 2025 CR 013815 and 2025 CR 013816.
All right. Defense, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Herrera, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yeah.
And cause number 2025 CR 003886. As previously stated, the court is finding 1 and 1 true. The court will grant the motion. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Angel Torres. The last name is spelled Quezas. Restitution, if any, to Jarrett Elias McGarity. And this will run concurrent with the following cause number. 2025 CR 003736. 2025 CR 013816. 2025 CR 013815. Is there anything else in that cause number with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
And cause number 2025 CR 003736. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. Restitution, if any, to George Torres. Oh, I'm sorry, state, you may be excused. There's to be no contact with Vivian Ortega, Christy with the K, Jimenez, Friday, Regina Ortega. There's to be no residing in households with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. And no driving without a valid license and proof of insurance. And this is to run concurrent with 2025 CR 0038886, 2025 CR 013816, and 2025 CR 013815. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing in that cause number, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
And each cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because these are plea bargaining agreements, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. You need to do better. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself living at the prison or living at the jail.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Gracias. De nada. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 011983 and 2025 CR 008336. State versus Dustin Daniel Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Greg Desmarais for Mr. Gonzalez.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez? Do you have any objections with your attorney appearing by Zoom? All right, we're here for sentencing. State, were you able to determine if there were restitution? I think there was an agreement of restitution of $13,112.90 and one cause number.
I do believe so, Judge. I will say I did reach out to SAPD regarding the vehicle. And that was the amount I received, but regarding the victim complainant, he has not received the definite amount, so he is understanding that the court would grant waiver of that at that time, or at this time, excuse me.
So has he received the 13,000
No, Judge.
defense?
Judge, that's correct. The insurance is not going to pay for it. My client is prepared to pay that during this probation. I believe he has $1,000 for today that he can make towards that payment.
All right, you need to be prepared to come into court with at least $5,000. So when will you be able to have that?
Couple months.
All right, and let me just explain to you the reason why I do that. Because sometimes when people are on probation, they have this idea that they're going to make payments, and then in the middle of probation, they can't make payments. So are you sure you will have the $5,000 in a couple of months?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try to get, I mean, if I have to do it, I don't have nobody to ask, or the only one that I did have separated with my mom, and I can't, he basically divorced me with my father, so.
If I may, Judge,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dustin. Realistically, you're in front of the judge. How long do you think it's going to take you, Dustin?
Maybe a year. Say 30.
Oh, no, I mean $5,000.
Oh, $5,000?
Mhm.
5 months, $1,000 a month, maybe.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't know if he's gonna ever be able to pay off this $13,000. I mean, do you really believe you can pay off $13,000 in 10 years?
I can pay it off in about a year or 2 years for sure.
The 13,000?
Yeah, I mean, I had the court on October 3rd. I have $1,000 in 1 month, 12 months. That's you know, that's the total, 12,000.
So how much realistically, will you be able to pay per month towards this $13,000 restitution?
12,000.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
Dustin, I hear you, and I appreciate the ambition. But like Judge said, things happen. I mean, is 750 better for you? Because you're going to be making payments. And if you can pay 1,000, great. Get it done as soon as you can. But when you enter into it and you're in front of a judge and you're saying, this is what I'm going to do, she's going to hold you to that.
Yeah, I mean, 750 is better. I'm just trying to,
Here's
I
the
agree.
thing. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Tell me realistically.
realistically, $1,000 a month is gonna be hard, but I mean, 750 would be easier on me because I got another household to pay. I got child support to pay. I have a lot of things to pay, you know, but, my freedom, like with no freedom, I can't pay anything. So it's like, I gotta, you know, put this at top of the list and just try
All
to get
right.
tackle it.
This is what the court will do. In cause number 2025 CR 008336, the court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be 2 years license suspension. With regards to 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, do you want to do the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail or by GPS?
GPS.
Yeah, GPS, I would.
All right. And the reason why the court is giving you GPS time, State, do you have any objections to that?
No, Your Honor.
The reason why the court is doing that as opposed to the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, 1, you need to pay off this restitution. 2, there are health issues there. And
Thank you,
3,
Judge.
because you have child support that you need to pay. And if you're at the jail, you're not making money towards your child support. So it's going to be 30 days GPS for employment only in lieu of the 10 days at the Bexar County Jail. There's to be ignition interlock for half the term, DWI intervention course, VIP live.
I've already did that.
You need to speak with probation.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be a referral to felony drug court. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 011983. There's to be restitution of $13,112.90 payable to Gary Nell, Nel, in installments of $500 per month. There's to be $60 payable to DPS. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody and field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else?
Yes, sorry.
There in lieu of the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, there's to be 30 days GPS for employment only. So it'll be partial. And I'll ask that the fees are waived.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else with regards to that case? And that cause number, did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement And because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because that's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And 2025 CR 011983, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 008336. $200 hours of community service restitution. Again, once you completed parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. And I'm assuming the restitution is the same in each cause number. All right. And there is to be a referral to felony drug court and TAP evaluation out of custody. Probation, is there anything else with regards to that cause number? Yes, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Anything else? All right, in that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's to be no driving without a valid license. Do you understand?
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the end, the court gives him probation instead of prison, but only with strict reporting, GPS, treatment, parenting classes, and heavy restitution obligations. This sentence offers a second chance, but it comes with no room to slip. If this case stood out to you, like, comment, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Let me see what's going on.
So Judge, if I may,
Yes.
a supplemental report was sent into the court in regards to Ms. Morales. The main issue we're having is relapse and using marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And speak with Ms. Morales this morning. She has a lot of stressors that are going on in her life. And although she was clean for quite some time, because of the stressor, she started using marijuana again. She did indicate to me her last use of marijuana was in September. However, she doesn't know if it's going to be out of her system just yet. So she may or may not test positive for it. She did indicate that she is looking into getting a medical marijuana passionate use prescription. And the recommendation on our part, probation, is for her to do a stress educational class, and then weekly UAs until negative or until she obtains her medical marijuana. She's not tested positive for anything else. There was instance of a positive for alcohol that was back in June. Her officer did speak to her about that, and she knows she is not supposed to drink alcohol or do marijuana while she's on probation. Other than that, she did do intensive outpatient treatment, and reports on time. She's been making her payments as much as she can. She's currently going to school and books.
So what are your stressors?
I just feel like I was telling her it's a lot. Like I take care of my grandparents. I go to school 8 a.m. till 4. I get out 5 a.m. till 1 in the morning. I go to work. And I said at times like
Slow down so I can hear.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
And then like I'm a waitress, so I feel like at times it's not always good. Like I don't make enough, or it's just a lot. Like I pay my car, I take care of my grandparents. It's just a lot. Like, and I get it's not legal and it's not an excuse, but I don't smoke all the time. Like I was telling her, I don't do heavy drugs. Like I don't do nothing bad, and I get it's still not legal, but
Mhm.
it's just a lot of stuff like going on in my personal life.
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you think I have stressors?
Pretty sure.
I mean, I have a lot of stressors, right?
I'm pretty sure a lot.
So, because I do this, then I do mental health court, then I teach, then I do a lot of charity work for students. This was supposed to be my year of saying no. And I found out I just can't say no. People tell me, hey, can you come and talk to students? And I'm like, yes, I can. Because I always think that maybe something, and I say to them, or if I don't go, maybe something will happen. If I do go, maybe that person who is struggling, that will give them the push they need to go on. But I can give you a stress education class, but let me just tell you, you need to sit down and you need to internalize and look at your schedule. And if there's something that's got to give, there's something that's got to give, right? For example, with your grandparents and you're helping take care of them, are there other people in your family who can help take care of them?
Yes, but everybody works. Like I'm the only one that lives with them. Like everybody has their own lives, you know?
Now, see, here's the thing. Even though you live with them, at the end of the day, you have your own life too. And when I was in CPS court, we would call it respite care. Sometimes you may need to get away, and that means that other relatives need to step in and maybe give you a break. And you need to tell them, hey, look, everybody, I'm on deferred adjudication. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm looking at 2 to 20 years in prison if I mess up, right? And sometimes I need a break. Like sometimes I'm waitressing, and I know waitressing is a hard job. I still don't even understand why they still do this thing, because I have relatives who would be waitresses, do bus work. And you know what? They pay them $2 an hour, and then the rest you're dependent on tip. I don't know how in this country we allow that to be. Do you know when I went to Paris for the first time, all our friends, we thought the waitresses and everybody was just like loving us. We just, these great people. And you know what we were doing? We were dropping tips everywhere. And I mean, when I say tips, it's like, oh, I'll put in $10. We don't want people to think we're, bad Americans. So we're dropping all this tips. And then when we get ready to leave, we find out it's already built in. They're not making $2 an hour. They're making what they need to make for a living, right? So that is why when you go to those restaurants, nobody's rushing you
Yeah.
to get the next tip.
Mm-hmm.
People are sitting there all night and you're wondering why, and that is why. So that's something you'll need to talk to your legislature about. But I understand your stressors. I'm not going to file a motion to revoke or ask them to file a motion to revoke. That's why we're having this compliance hearing. But you need to sit down and you need to reach out to your family members and say, hey, look, I need a break. Can you give me 2 hours where you come over and just let me go to a park? Let me, regroup. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do, I don't think she needs a stress education course. She needs help. Somebody needs to come and help you because you're doing too much. You have too much on your plate and there's not any room on your plate for you.
Yeah.
And you need to carve out some time for you. Otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? At some point, you're probably going to give up and say like, whatever, I don't mind. And I don't think you want to go to the prison for a break to get away, right?
No.
So I think adding a stress course for her is just adding more pile on. If you feel as though you need a stress course, then you just talk to probation and let them know. But what you need to do is you need to have a conversation with the people in your family, the people who love the grandparents as well, and tell them you need some help. And tell them I'm not even asking for the world because I live here, I'm just asking for an hour or asking for 2 hours. And then just make a schedule throughout the week where maybe somebody can come in for 2 hours and you can just take 2 hours for yourself.
I told myself, let me just manage my time, like this day, this day, this day, this day.
Yeah.
And just get time for myself, like you said.
Yeah, so let the relatives know,
Okay,
all right?
okay.
So no more using of marijuana, it's illegal. So they're gonna test you. And how often, do you want to do weekly testing or once every 2 weeks? All right, so they're gonna test you once every 2 weeks, so those levels should start going down.
All right, well, I'm gonna go today to do my UA because I haven't done it for October, but like I told her, I think it may be dirty. I'm not so
Okay,
sure.
so the levels need to start going down and you need to sit down, figure out your schedule, and you need to start talking to everybody who claims they love the grandparents as well and tell them you need a break and you're asking for them to just give you 2 hours once a week. It could be an hour here or an hour there, but tell them you just need 2 hours. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello. Hello. So how are you doing? All right. So were you able to get your medications? Okay. All right. I'm just waiting for the state.
Yes, sir.
Hi. So Mr. Lampkin has been on the docket for a while. I understand. And Miss Abrams, he's on probation as well. Is that correct? All right. And if you could come be a part of the conversation. Hi. Hello. Oh, thank you. So this is what I want everybody to know. I know probation is aware, the state is aware that previously he's been found incompetent. There are mental health issues. Both parties told me that the new offense happened during I'll say allegedly happened at the jail during a mental health episode. So at some point, we need to see, and by we, I mean you all, where are we going with these cases? Is there going to be a motion filed for sanity at the time of the offense? Has that been done? Is that going to be done? If that's going to be done, then that needs to be done quickly, because this can't be on the docket forever, even though I realize that there are mental health issues here. And I think probation realizes that and the state realizes that. So something needs to be filed because these cases at some point need to be taken care of sooner rather than later. So what I want you all to do is I want you all to discuss to find out what is the end game for these cases and then come back and approach the court. Okay. All right. Thank you. Just have a seat. Hello. All right. So what are we going to be doing with this case?
So we spoke with the family. I believe we're going towards contestant NTR where we wrap the cases up that way. Rather than filing it.
Okay. All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you state when will you be ready on a contested hearing on Mr. Lampkin? All right, if you'll give me a 2-week reset. And are parties okay with witnesses appearing by Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor. We are going to be in trial in both Bear and Kendall over the next 2 weeks. Would it be possible to have a date closer to 3 or 4 weeks now?
State?
Yes.
Defense say they will be in trial in 2 weeks in another county, Bear County, and then someplace out of county. Are you okay with moving it to 3 weeks out?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, a 3-week reset for contested hearing?
Well, we're gonna say day 3.
Yes.
We're gonna be doing our mistrial for punishment in the 290th on the 17th. So I think the 20th would be best for us.
All right, November 20th. Yes. All right, so continue taking your medications, following the doctor's orders. You understand? All right, and listen to your grandfather. And counsel, I believe everything has been signed.
I don't believe so, Judge. We just have the motion to allow him to go trick or treating with his family around his neighborhood.
All right,
State is opposed.
all right. State, do you want to be heard on the defense's request?
Or, oh, the trick or treating,
Mhm.
Judge, I mean, we're not in agreement on that, but.
Do you need a hearing?
No,
or-
you could just notate it.
All right, so this is what I'm going to say, and I know the state is aware of this. Because of his mental health issues, he's always with his grandfather, and if his grandfather is going to be out of the house, it's best for his mental health, and the court is going to find it best for the safety of the community that he is with his grandfather. So, could I have the grandfather come up, please? All right. Sir, I know that, good morning. I know that you're responsible for other people in your household as well. With regard, you're responsible for him.
Yes.
All right. So with regards to this, going to different neighborhoods for trick or treating, why is that needed for him?
It's only because where the relatives live, one uncle lives in Camelot.
Mhm.
And then we go by the church on Judson Road.
Mhm.
And so they do that trunk or treat.
Mhm.
And so we go to the church and then we go to where his uncle is in Camelot. So it's about like 30 minutes away.
Mhm.
And then there'd be all the little kids and stuff like that, you know.
Okay, so why does he need to go? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, because the family all goes together. And like,
Ah,
you know, like the church has that hayride thing
yes.
where you sit on it and. they pull
Okay,
it.
I understand now. I thought that you're taking him, because sometimes I see adults trick or treating and they don't have a child with them, and I'm like, come on, this is not for you. But now I understand.
And plus, Your Honor, there's a new, he's an uncle, there's a new grandbaby,
Mhm.
a 1-year-old now. So it'll be his first year for Halloween and stuff, so
Okay,
that's all.
all right. So are you dressing for the festivities?
Am I?
in a
Yes.
costume?
Oh, no, I'm just going as my old military style look.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm always interested in what people will be wearing. So State, I understand your objections, but I also,
Your Honor, I went as a sheik,
when as a what?
SHEIK. And
Ah,
I had two ladies go with me, kind of the chic and him. Oh, I just thought I'd tell you that.
okay.
That's,
Right.
I'm sorry, too much.
All right, so this is what I'll do. I understand his mental health issues. And because we've had so many hearings with him before with probation, and we've had previous input from his doctor, I understand this is what he needs to maintain his mental health. So I will grant it. However, he can only do this if you are present.
Oh, yes, I'll be present.
All right, so if you all will add that and I will sign it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and then Ms. Ferguson, if you'll have a seat, Ms. Ferguson will give the reset form, and once you sign that, you'll be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, just have a seat. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2025 CR 011160, State versus Eugene Perez Salazar. Can I have parties announced?
Gary Chirek for the defendant.
This is Megan.
Megan.
Melissa Albin for the state.
And are you Mr. Salazar? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Salazar, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive.
State, it appears that you're waiving enhancements. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Salazar, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, The fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, counsel. A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Salazar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Off the record, counsel, it's on page 10.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
We're back on the
Just
record.
got to page
Yes. Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine, no applications. The state will take in consideration 2025 CR 011164. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There are none.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence.
State offers into evidence states exhibit 1 with its attachment.
No objection.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge. We will waive PSI.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that you follow the plea bargain agreement.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Take in consideration 2025 CR 011164. There's to be no driving without a valid license and proof of insurance. And there's to be no residing in households with minors. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Make better choices.
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, you're going to live your life at the prison. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
All right. Good luck.
Court is calling 2025 CR 009471, State versus Viviano Sagundo Jr. Could I have parties announced?
Melissa Albin for the state.
Dirk Ashfall, Mr. Sagundo.
And are you Mr. Sagundo?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Sagundo, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Sagundo, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility
Yes,
and
Your Honor.
up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sagundo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this agreement, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. There's no application for community supervision. The state is recommending deferred adjudication. The state will take in consideration 2025 CR 009470. There's to be restitution to the laboratory for drug testing. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 80 hours of community service restitution, random UAs, gang evaluation, and no firearm possession. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers in the evidence states exhibit 1 with its attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. You're welcome. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
How old are you?
23.
All right, and how old was Enoch?
19 or 18.
18. Why are you doing this?
I was just making bad decisions at the time.
Why?
I have no clue. I can give you an excuse. I was just
I
making
mean,
bad
do
decisions.
you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am.
Then you need to stop behaving as though you want to go to prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
How far did you go in school?
I made it to 9th grade.
That's what I'm discovering. People, it's 9th grade. So why didn't you complete school? It's free.
I dropped out and I started working with my father.
And he didn't have anything to say about your dropping out?
Nah,
Do you have any children?
no.
All right, so what do you do with your time?
When I'm not working, I'm just at home.
All right, and who's in the household with you? Any people who are under the age of 17?
No, ma'am.
So who lives in the household with you?
Me, my two cousins, and my two grandparents.
So everybody just decides to go to grandparents' house, even though they probably just want to live their life in peace. So what do you do for a living?
Roofing for my father.
So why don't you live with your father?
I'd rather stay with my grandparents.
Why?
Just till I get on my feet.
Well, I mean, why not stay with your father?
Oh, because we don't see eye to eye on things.
So grandparents are just letting you do what you want to do?
No, not what I want to do. It's just it's a little different.
And where is your mom?
I don't really talk to her.
Is she here in Bear County?
Yeah, she's here in Bragg County. She's somewhere.
All right, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Probably dirty.
For?
Cocaine and marijuana.
All right, and what is this gang thing that's listed in here? Why do they want a gang evaluation?
Oh, no, I'm not in the gang. It's just I hang out with a lot of my cousins.
And they're gang members?
No, we all stick together, so we look like a gang.
So what is your name called? The Cousins?
The cousins, something like that, I guess.
All right, this is what's going to happen. One, you're going to stop using drugs because while you're on probation, you're not allowed to use drugs. You're not allowed to drink alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation is going to be a $1,500 fine, probated. There's to be no residing in households with minors. Taking consideration 2025 CR 009470. There's to be restitution, if any, to the Bear County Crime Lab for testing. Counsel, if you feel the restitution is high, we can have a restitution hearing on that. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, gang evaluation. There should be a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, follow recommendations of the TAP evaluation that will be completed out of custody. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 80 hours of community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied if you obtain your GED or some type of certification in a trade school. Otherwise, you're going to have to do those 80 hours, and it may be cold right now, but this is Texas. And 2 years deferred adjudication. Probation, is there anything else? Oh, thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And also no driving without a valid license and proof of insurance. Is there? Yeah.
Can I also add
Yes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Fine.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We can go off the record. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let probation know about it. If for any reason you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me. From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, could this potentially result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
In the end, the court gives him deferred adjudication instead of a conviction, but with drug testing, treatment, reporting, field visits, and strict rules that leave no room for excuses. This was mercy with conditions attached. If this case stood out to you, like, comment, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.